Hey, what's up guys? It's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a new movie. The name of this movie is What If Naruto Became First Person to Use Chakra to Full Potential. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted movie and my own idea. Now before continuing this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on my other channels as well. And yeah guys, this is kind of an interesting one because I tried to make some sense of the plot, if that makes any sense. So yeah, do let me know in the comment section about the feedback of the story if you listen to it whole. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it to you guys and do let me know where I can better myself, because as a fan fiction writer, I'm trying to better myself and add more working points to my story instead of just leaving it unscripted. So yeah, enough of me yapping. Without any further ado, let's begin with our today's movie. Our story begins 7 years after the QB attack in Konohagakure no Sato. As we go towards the said village's Shinobi Academy, which was situated near the Hokage office, as outside the said academy was standing with a frown on his face 7-year-old Naruto Uzumaki, a resident orphan child of Konoha, and he was just kicked out on the very first day of his academy year because he was looking towards his sensei. Naruto sighed, knowing that there was no point going in and arguing again because he would be suspended, so he decided to give up and go towards the only people he could trust. One of them, at least, Hiruzen Sarutobi. While going there, Naruto was looking towards everywhere and people was glaring towards him. This was common for him because he was treated like a pariah even as a kid. Naruto did not know why people treated him like a criminal. He didn't do anything wrong. He hasn't done any crime. The people were just pissed at him for some reason he couldn't grasp upon. So, he has arrived again to the only man who he knew he could talk to about such matters, the Hokage of Konoha, Hiruzen Sarutobi. After knocking at his door and waiting for a bit, he was allowed inside. As Naruto entered, he saw Hiruzen Sarutobi seated there on his office desk, inside his Hokage robes, working on huge mountains amount of paperwork. Placing down his pen, Hiruzen glanced up and smiled. "Ah, Naruto. Come, sit. Would you like some tea?" "Yes, I would." And so Hiruzen got up and went towards where the kettle and the ingredients were to brew some tea inside his office. He made 2 cups, one for himself and one for Naruto. "It's a good thing you came here. It was high time I took a break." "Wait, isn't it your academy year and first day today? Why are you here, Naruto? You should be in the academy. You don't have to leave a bad impression, you know." "Actually, it's about that," said Naruto, placing down his cup as Hiruzen took a sip and placed his own down nearby the table. "Right? What is it? What happened?" "I went there and was sitting in my class. My sensei kicked me out of the class because I looked at him." Hiruzen blinked. "I'm sorry, what?" Because he couldn't grasp what Naruto was telling him. "Yes, I just looked at him and he told me that I was glaring at him and just kicked me out." "Did you glare at him?" "No, why would I?" "It's maybe because of the reason why people hate me. You never tell me about it, but it's always that." As Hiruzen rubbed his temples and closed his eyes, turning his face away from Naruto and facing his desk, his neck was down and Naruto could tell that he was stressed and contemplating on doing something. "Alright, if that is how things are going to be, what you want me to do? Should we go and, change the teacher, punish him or something?" "Yes, that would be quite nice, wouldn't it? I mean, I can go there and tell him it's my order." "No, I don't want anything like that from you. I don't want to cause more trouble, because that would only make people hate me more. But Naruto, what about your dream of becoming a shinobi and becoming a Hokage? I'll find another way. I mean, you can give me some notes. I'll just learn it on my own." "Learning from book is one thing, Naruto, but learning from experienced person is another thing. Are you sure you want to go down a route in which you will fail multiple times on your own? I mean, someone did in the first time. He's the person who started all this, right? If we go down the history lane, as Hiruzen was impressed because he knew Naruto was a genius and calm child when it came to things like this, and so he decided to help Naruto. Alright, if you have decided and won't change your mind, then who am I to argue? Here, let me get something for you. Hiruzen got up and went towards the scroll section where a lot of scrolls were kept. He dusted off a few and brought them to Naruto. 8 scrolls. Most of these are chakra and hand seals exercises, and also some basic taijutsu katas. Basics that you will learn in the academy in the upcoming years. But you should also focus on the history, so he went and picked up a huge thick book that looked like all the scrolls multiplied by 2 combined into 1. This is the basic history and knowledge about chakra and just elemental nations and the events that have happened up until now. The latest edition. You should read it. Even I myself haven't read it right now, because I have lived through most of it. Wow, must be a hell of an experience, right? You're right about that, Naruto. That it was. But enough about that. Don't tell anyone I did that, okay? I might get in trouble with council because if I am showing favoritism here. Trust me when I say this, GG, I won't. And so, Naruto taking that all arrived towards his apartment. Once inside, Naruto looked at the scrolls and was contemplating on to begin where. So, he looked towards the thick book and decided to get through it first. And so, he began to read it. It had been almost a month and Naruto was finished and had decided to take some notes to write down the questions that were coming up again and again in his head. And with all those questions, he decided to come towards Hiruzen's office. Ah, you're here again, Naruto. Having trouble, I see? No, it's not that, Gigi. I just wanted to ask these questions. As seeing the journal filled to the brim with questions, Hiruzen was impressed, but at the same time quite shocked. I can answer most of them, but what is this about chakra and hand seals, Naruto? I mean, those are the basics that are necessary for a person to use. I get it, but why? That is what I wanted to know. Why use hand seals to use chakra? I mean, there has been ways when people shorten the hand seals to use this exact same jutsu, and they don't even say out the name out loud. Well, that is true. I sometimes myself use shortened hand seals, but that is in the midst of a battle. But the attack, its power is decreased. Really now? I want to know why. Why do we use the hand seals? I mean, who started this all? That is something that I'd never myself considered to ask. Alright, Naruto. Come back to me a week later, and in the meantime, study on these scrolls. Let me see what I can find. Hiruzen, now filled to the question and impressed by Naruto's research, decided to humor him and asked Jiraiya, his student, to find some book regarding that. Jiraiya, thanks to his extensive network, was able to source down a book in the Land of Water, which was being sold by a merchant as an antique, a book written by the historians on the hand seals and whatnot. The first ever book to ever exist about chakra. It was bought for more than 1 million ryus by Jiraiya, which he knew would come out and come back to him. So, Hiruzen, after acquiring it, called Naruto and showed it to him. Wow. How much did you say was it? 1 million ryus in auction. My student was quite cranky when he had to spend all that money there on some book. But seeing as it is quite valuable and it go up already in time, so we thought to acquire it. Are you sure about this? I mean, I can just copy notes from here and take it and take them back. You can keep the original here. No, Naruto. You can take the original text, but be very careful. It's the oldest book. I believe it is written by someone called Hagoromo. Hagoromo, huh? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. And so Naruto brought that book at home and began to read about the analogy about the hand seals and why it was necessary to use them to use chakra. As Naruto read more and more, he already found that there were a few flaws in the book, in the very first chapters, because it is said there that they were used to regulate chakra and element energy to combine together and use it with force. Different hand seals that were used in form of combinations resulted in different jutsus. So this person himself did not knew what he was doing. How did he figure out that hand seals is the only way? If chakra existed, How did he found out that Chakra did? Because before that, there was no Chakra. As Naruto did research, he began to experiment. Could one really use Chakra without hand seals? And so, Naruto began to meditate, try different techniques, and that is how the next year passed. Naruto reached at the age of 9, and by then he was already filled to the brim with notes as well as different post notes and analogies that he has written down on the boards that he have acquired from Hiruzen and placed it down inside his home, which now looked like a lab of a physicist who was doing his thesis on something. As Naruto was scratching head day in and day out, curling up papers into balls and throwing them after getting something wrong, until the result came in front of him. Naruto, using his chakra coils for the first time, was able to gather chakra not from his core but from his surrounding. Using the core to absorb chakra and taking it instead of storing it in his core. And Naruto, he opened his eyes to see that a huge orb of blue chakra was forming in front of him. As Naruto's eyes widened, it's dense chakra. I did it! I was able to use chakra and summon it without using any hand seals. But what about the elements? As Naruto wrote that down and began for a few next months to experiment with elements. Wind was the first element that he was able to use because he had the affinity for it. As Naruto summoned huge wind strikes and slammed them, causing huge cuts to appear in the forest, cutting down huge amount of trees, destroying mountain level of rocks and boulders, cutting them down with precision. And he wasn't even lifting his hand up, just glaring and using his chakra and mind in sync. As Naruto was writing them down on his journal and was impressed. All the while, Hiruzen was getting more and more interested because he has been hearing news about a lot of trees being cut down with massive attacks and whatnot. So, he decided to only ask the one suspect that he knew would have been behind this. He arrived inside Naruto's home because it has been already a year since Naruto hasn't been able to come and see him. Every time Hiruzen decided, Naruto told him that he was busy and wouldn't come out of his room even. So, Hiruzen came again and knocked on his door with 2 bowls of Ichiraku ramen, which he knew Naruto would not reject. Yes, who is it? It's me, Naruto. Ah, Gigi. As Naruto opened the door, what can I do for you? As Hiruzen noticed that Naruto's hair was messy, he had dark circles underneath his eyes, but he looked healthy overall. Oh, I was here to see you. It's almost been a year, son. Every time I came by, you just told me to come back later. Oh, is it? Come inside. And so Hiruzen did, and saw that Naruto's whole room, even the walls, were filled with equations as well as a lot of different theories. What is all this, Naruto? Oh, these are my theories that I wrote down. Just don't step on them, okay? Everything here is quite valuable. I've been doing a lot of research and thesis, and I was able to find something interesting. What? I'm able to use chakra without hand seals and even add elements to it. And it's 10 times stronger than normal technique. Naruto, if we shorten the hand seals, the jutsu attack becomes weakened already. How can you increase the attack tenfold? Because I'm not using chakra that is stored in my core and using hand seals to pull it out. I'm using it from borrowed chakra from nature, the elements from nature itself. Using my core to bring it in, and then using my coils to release it through my network. I don't even have to use hand seals or anything. The attack is 10 times the stronger, as Naruto showed him, as he sat down and focused as a huge amount of chakra, pure chakra, like Hashirama level, was in front. It was blue and in the form of an orb. My god. Is that chakra? Yes. As Hiruzen thought for a bit, this is a pure form of chakra. Literal dense chakra. You can touch it even. As Naruto touched. Wait, Naruto, you might be able to. As Hiruzen froze and saw that Naruto was able to touch it, as Hiruzen did as well. This is amazing. Naruto, you discovered how chakra feels like and looks. Not only that, as in front of Hiruzen's eyes, that Blue orb of chakra turned into a gust of wind, slowly fading away from blue color to a transparent whitish one. This is the wind element. As Naruto threw up a piece of paper, as the wind element sliced it into many equally leveled strips from one end to the other. As Hiruzen watched this and was amazed. You have control over wind element. Yes, not only that, as Naruto began to raise one fingertip at a time. And on one fingertip was wind element, and on the second was fire, and on the third was water that formed from the water vapors, and on the fourth one it was a bit of lightning that was sparking. And then there was combinations of the elements as lava, steam, ice, and even the Mokitan. As Naruto showed this all, Hiruzen was shocked beyond anything. You can use Kekkei Genkais? Naruto, people are born with genes that allow them to use these, and you're using them without having any? Yes, it's all because of chakra and how it affects us. Hand seals were made to contain the jutsu to an optimal level. That is all there is to it. Some people use hand seals differently, and that results in jutsu being either weak or strong. If you eliminate all that, the filter that is placed in front, chakra in its purest and strongest form, is in front of you. It can work two ways, in disaster or effective. That is what I've come up with by removing the very filter that was placed on it. That is what I've been able to gather up until now in these 2.5 years of worth of research. As Hiruzen was amazed. Naruto, you have to keep this hidden. If people find out about this and someone wrong got his hands on this, it will be a disaster. I know. And that is why I'm not gonna give my research to anyone. I'm sorry to say, not even Konoha has it. I understand that, but you need to keep it safe. For that, you need to place it in a scroll. No, I'm gonna do it in my own way. As Naruto then gathered everything and arrived, Hiruzen following him as he watched Naruto burn down all that. Naruto, what are you doing? I told you. I'm not gonna allow anyone to have my research. I already have what I need here. For this, it will take years to crack, if a person is genius as well as committed enough. I don't want anyone to acquire this knowledge, especially those who could use it for evil. And I know some people in Konoha are. That is true, Naruto. But that is a huge amount of knowledge just destroyed. No, it's compiled in complex codes and combinations over here. After all, I'm an Uzumaki. I have to have my own perks, right? As Hiruzen chuckled. Yes, I forgot about that, he said, pointing towards Naruto. If you have written it this down, then I'm okay with this. What you have shown me, Naruto. It's impressive. I am amazed and happy to see that the future of Konoha is in perfect hands. Wow, already? Yes, because if you train enough with all that you have shown me, you might be able to become the strongest there ever was. The real god of shinobi. You're right about that. There are a few things that I still want to test. So, I'll continue to do that. And when the time is right, I'll become a shinobi of Konoha. And so, Naruto continued his studies, and this time on how to use chakra instead of as an offensive weapon, as a defense mechanism. While studying, years went by, and Naruto was able to use an invisible layer of chakra as a coated armor that not only protected him against physical weapons, but also physical attacks, and even jutsus and dojutsu level attacks, including genjutsu. Naruto was able to make it in a way that not even genjutsus or dojutsus like Sharingan or any other would be able to penetrate through them. And so, Naruto, by the age of 12, has become something akin to a god, thanks to his genius studies as well as his hard work and his commitment of finding his own way, instead of just being a whining person who would have gotten his way if he had allowed Hiruzen that day to go into the academy. Naruto was proud of himself, as one should be. He began to ignore people who continued to hate him and call him names, because Naruto knew the truth, and he had nothing to prove to anyone. That is until after 12 years, on the very 13th, when the academy was going to hold the finals, the elders, one of the members of the council, in a council meeting decided to raise a question. Everything is all and good, but I have one more question before this meeting ends, Hiruzen. What is it, Danzo? What about the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki? For the past 12 years, he has done nothing. From what I have heard and gathered knowledge about, he wasn't even in the academy after being kicked out on the very first day. He is the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, remind you, and someone who needs to train the hardest, said Danzo, emphasizing as if telling a kid, as Hiruzen rubbing his temple and said, "You want some results? How about I show you the results of his training?" Training? Yes, Naruto has found his own way of training, his own methods of training, and he has impressed me. That was 2 years ago. He has been working on something secretly, and now I think it is time we all witnessed, gentlemen. Be there in the academy on the day of finals. I will bring Naruto there. Is it done, Danzo? It is. And so, the day of finals arrived and Naruto was brought there. As Naruto continued to walk wearing his orange jumpsuit calmly next to Hiruzen, I don't see why it is important that I go there. I can hurt someone physically, Gigi. Even though I don't use taijutsu as my physical asset, I have Chakra by my side. I know Naruto, and that is what you're going to display. And so, once arrived there, Naruto saw that there was a whole council waiting for him. You didn't tell me about this. I'm sorry, it must have slipped my mind. Naruto rolled his eyes and moved forward. Who is going to be my opponent? I'm Naruto Uzumaki. I've self-taught myself and trained on my own, without any sensei. I can go and deal with him, said Kiba Inuzuka. No, Kiba. If he believes that he is the best, then he should face the best, said Iruka. We have Sasuke Uchiha as the Rookie of the Year this year. Maybe you should deal with him and see how you fare. As Sasuke stood and came in front, this is pointless. Is it, Uchiha-san? I heard that the Uchiha's Sharingan is quite useful when it comes to battle, predicting the attacks of his opponents. You did your research. You want a medal? No. I don't need medals. All I want is achievements. And achieving win over you is my goal right now. In your dreams, Dobe. As Sasuke activated his Sharingan, as one Tomo appeared in one eye and the two in another, as fangirls screeched as Naruto looked at them, and at that moment Iruka decided that it was time to go. As Sasuke dashed and kicked Naruto, Naruto just stood there, only for everyone's eyes to widen as they halted, because Sasuke's foot didn't even connect to Naruto, and it was frozen there until he jumped back and landed on his feet. What the? Is that all? As Sasuke, gritting his teeth, threw kunai, shurikens, and dashed towards Naruto. All of them deflected back as Naruto stood there and suddenly tapped his foot from beneath where a wooden log erupted and kicked Sasuke into the guts, causing everyone's eyes to widen. Is that release? Said Koharu, as suddenly from both sides ice erupted, grabbing both of the wrists of Sasuke and freezing his fists over. There, he's neutralized. Is that more than enough? Sasuke used a substitution technique with the log as he arrived behind Naruto and kicked him near his head, which didn't connect, as Naruto then said, my turn. And then he literally summoned wind element and used that as a pressure gust of wind to throw Sasuke against a tree, causing him to knock out. He's okay, just knocked out. As everyone was stunned silent. What did you do? Use chakra, like how you taught them to. No, that wasn't... It's impossible. You didn't even use a hand seal. I did say I trained by my own methods, didn't I? You also used Kekkei. It was obviously your win. Those are not Kekkei. They're just elements being combined. That's all there is to it. As Naruto then said, is that all? And with that, Naruto bowed and grabbed his headband from Hiruzen and left. As Hiruzen smirked while the others were left in shock. How did he do that? He not only used one, but two Kekkei. 3. That wind It was almost like a Kikigenkai. That's not Kikigenkai, that's Naruto mastering his chakra to the full potential. Full potential? Yes. Naruto was given a few books, basic ones, to study, like any other. The basics that were taught in the academy. And you call that basic? Oh no, that's Naruto's own analogy. What are you talking about? Naruto found out that hand seals are made as a filter to filter and concentrate chakra into the elemental jutsu that we use. It can work two ways. If we mess up the hand seals, it can weaken the jutsu attack, but if we do perfectly, it will be ideal. But if we do something much more, it will be stronger, resulting in three different results. While on the other side, if you remove that filter, it can only end up in two ways. Either you control it and use it to full max power, or it can become a disaster. And that boy, from there onwards with that analogy, was able to master chakra to its full potential. And as you witnessed, he was just using chakra and combining the elements to form the end results of Kikigenkai. You mean he created Kikigenkais with just elements using chakra? Yes. And what was that? The defense. That is something that he has been working on, and I myself am not aware of. It is impressive that he is able to come this far. I cannot believe this. This is revolutionary, Hiruzen. This knowledge, if it is given to the next generation, we can have an army of people that are considered gods, untouchable. Look at Naruto. He was able to beat the best in his class without lifting a finger. Imagine an army of them. Yes, and that is where the problem arises, Danzo. Naruto doesn't want to share this knowledge, as everyone was even more shocked after this. What? He wants to hoard this knowledge over? Yes. He is an Uzumaki, he is aware of that, and by that, he is using the clan laws to protect this. Damn it. Damn it all. But Hiruzen, you have to bring him to the council. We must convince him. And so, Danzo, being desperate as it was, brought Naruto to the council. Esteemed council, Okage-sama, I'm happy to see you all, but I am quite afraid I have to ask, why am I brought here? You're brought here because of the knowledge that you hold, Naruto, is too valuable. And we have found out that you are not seeing it necessary to share it with the rest of us. Yes, that is true. I don't see it as an importance to share it with you all. Why? Two reasons, actually. One is actually quite petty, while the other one is genuine. I understand that if I do give out the knowledge, it is high time that it can fall into the hands of the spies, as well as some wrong people who are egotistical like the Uchiha-san that I fought. And that could end up in bad results if they try to defect and give out the knowledge to the others. So, the knowledge remains sealed within me. You can try the genjutsus or any other methods, it won't work. Even the chakra suppressors won't want. I have just found out a way to protect myself from them. And now they were quite shocked, because Naruto was just telling them that all their offensive and defense was wasteful on him. He would always have a plan, would be one step ahead, and what's the other reason, the petty one? You guys just hated me and, well, I kind of despised that, so... You didn't give me anything when I was a kid and in need, so why should I give you anything? All I can do is, thanks to Gigi over here, who I am close with, protect Konoha and fight for it when the time is necessary. The age of shinobi as it is has been completely changed because of a discovery of the past. This person, Hagoromo or whoever he was, he made it so that every one of you followed his ideal book and knowledge, from where different books were created and knowledge spread in everyone's own ideology. But the core remained simple. Hand seals was necessary. You can try to find it on your own, but know this, it will be quite hard, because that takes dedication, years, and quite a lot of excitement about the discovery. You know, we can order you to hand over that knowledge. Even if you wanted to, that knowledge is burnt down a few years ago when I showed it to Gigi. That is a commitment I made, that I will destroy all the knowledge, seal it within my mind when I achieve it. And not even Gigi, a person I trust, is allowed to see it. I allowed him to see it. He was able to grasp most of it, and because of that, I had to destroy it. You destroyed that valuable knowledge? Are you insane, child? No, just cautious. Extremely cautious. So, if that is all, then I'll see you on the team announcement days. And so Naruto left. After a few days of that baffling council meeting, Naruto arrived back at the academy and smiled because this is where it all began. On the day he was kicked out and had decided it was enough of asking and begging. He had to do something for himself and he decided he would do it on his own. And so he did. As entering inside, Naruto arrived at the same class where Iruka was, but noticed that everyone was staring at him. What? Nothing. As Sasuke was also staring back and forth at him because Naruto was someone who has beaten him, using 2 Genkais, and even the elders claimed him to be a god, or what they have heard about. If that was true, then the strength that Naruto possessed was immense, and yet he was here. And Iruka and the academy, like Chunins who had looked down on him, were now downright afraid, because they have realized that Naruto was someone who was stronger than them even. As one by one Iruka began to announce the teams until finally the Team 7 turns game. Team 7, Sensei Kakashi Hatake. Team members, Sakura Haruno, Sasuke Uchiha, and Naruto Uzumaki. As Sasuke looked towards Naruto, and same could be said for Sakura, who was at a moment happy that she was with Sasuke, but now realized that Naruto was with them. Sasuke's fist clenched tightly because he realized that Naruto, who he now saw as a rival, was there in his team. Continuous reminder of how it was shown to him that what level of strength that he has achieved. As now we see, Naruto then said, getting up from his seat, "It's nice to meet with you two. Hope we can get along." With that, Naruto sat down and began to focus on one thing and one thing alone, waiting for their sensei, who arrived, and later on, Naruto and others were told about the test. Kakashi made it simple. Don't eat breakfast and arrive there empty stomach. And so, both of them did, except for Naruto, who arrived and told them that it was a test and they have failed because breakfast was the most important food of the whole day. They didn't listen to Naruto and in the end told on Sensei on him, which Kakashi confirmed that Naruto was right about. Again, Sasuke became pissed, and when the test began, it was told that the two of the belts were present, which they have to get off of Kakashi. Two of them will pass and one of them will fail. Naruto, obviously using his elemental style, was able to get both of the belts and threw one each towards Sakura and Sasuke, after getting tired of them not listening to him. Naruto, you know that the whole point of the test was the teamwork. I mean, not use. It will be wasting my energy and brain power on them. They both have enough egos to not listen to me, so why should I even bother? What do you mean, egos? Haven't you heard, Uchiha-san? Pride had a fall. The more prideful you are, the bigger your egos, the harder they fall. And that is what it happens here. I have given you, as charity, your Genin team membership. As Sasuke clearly states, you think you're better? Yes, I'm self-taught. You were born in a clan. You were taught by the best in the academy. And yet after all that you did not learn the basic truth about being a shinobi. It's honestly insulting and disappointing. I'm sorry to say this, Sensei, but if these two are going to be the teammates of mine, they'll only hold me back. Because I need people who I can work with and rely on, without always having my guard up 24/7. If these are the buffoons that are the best in the academy, then I'm sorry to say, the academy and shinobi system of Konoha is failing, and badly. As after those insults, which Kakashi couldn't defend, Sasuke and Sakura against Naruto left. And he gave reports to Hiruzen as well as the others. Danzo was impressed, because he knew what Naruto has told was right. On the other side, Hiruzen was a bit shocked, because Naruto, he was never this cold. Are you sure Naruto said this? The boy has been telling the same thing that I have been telling you for the past 10 years or so. The shinobi system, especially for the cannons, needs to be toughened up. Not like this. The boy just showed them the true face of the elemental nation before they even met it. We should be grateful that he didn't went too hard on them. I know what you're saying, Danzo, but I can't believe that Naruto, same boy who was usually kind, would say this. I have to go and speak to him. And so Hiruzen arrived and went towards Naruto's apartment, where he found that Naruto was again meditating. Oh, Gigi, is there something I can do for you? I have to ask you some questions, Naruto. Did you say these to Sasuke and Sakura? The things that you said. Yes, why? Why did you say those things, Naruto? Because it's the truth, Sensei. Those two, I begged them basically to just work with me and to just listen. You know everyone is not going to listen to you. Then I'm not gonna waste my brain power or my energy on them. Because if somebody doesn't want to be saved, why should I save them? But you still have to. That will be idiotic, Gigi. And to be honest, that is something that I can't do. And in this way you won't be able to become a Hokage, Naruto. To become a Hokage you have to take care of everyone, even difficult people. Then I won't be a Hokage. What? Hiruzen was shocked. Simple. You see, after learning and mastering a lot of things, I have realized one thing. People who don't want to believe in you or always want to look down on you and find faults in you, you can't correct them. You can prove them wrong, but they will still find faults. So I decided to just stop giving any fuck about them and focus on my own self. I'll find something else as a goal, but right now I am a shinobi of Konoha and I am working for Konoha. That I will continue to do. And so, the next day, Kakashi called for the three of them. And so they arrived. Sasuke and Sakura were ignoring Naruto, but Naruto didn't care. He greeted them with a good morning, not expecting an answer back, and looked towards Kakashi, who told them about the direct missions, and so it began. When it was Naruto's turn, he would do his. When it was the others, they would do their. And that is how the team's broken dynamic worked. Up until the first direct mission arrived. It was Naruto who requested it as the bridge builder was brought in. Naruto was able to find out the genjutsu and even take on the head-on attack from the Demon Brothers, neutralizing them within an instant using the wooden vines that were hard to break out of and drain chakra easily. After some questioning, it was found out that Tazuna had lied to them. So, Naruto, instead of going back, decided to help them because of Tazuna's tears, and they arrived at the Land of Waves, where huge fog surrounded the whole thing. As a huge blade came towards them, Naruto, using the earth itself, embedded it and broke the blade as the blade moved and fell to both sides from the wall that was in front of him, inches away. As Naruto dropped the wall and continued his walk, Zabuza Momochi, the demon of the mist, arrived. Enough, Naruto, stand back. He's dangerous. Is that so? As Naruto, using one hand, lifted it up as he began to combine all the mist that was air as huge gust of wind, almost like a tornado, erupted, causing all of them to hold on to something as it was in the form of a mist ball that was in Naruto's palm. As Naruto then said, "Are you sure you want to do this?" "I am the demon of the mist. You should have listened to your sensei, kid." As Naruto compressed it even further until it looked like a small marble, Naruto moved it towards his finger and pointed it towards Zabuza and said, "Well, your loss." Bang. And with that, the bullet fired in such velocity and speed that it broke 3 times the sound barrier and left a huge gaping hole from the backside of Zabuza, killing him instantly. As Kakashi and the others were left stunned. "Naruto, you killed him." As Naruto then made a barrier erupted made out of ice dome as ice senmon needles cracked on top of it as an ice user landed there with a mask. "You will pay for this." As Naruto, using his own ice against him, formed a thin needle that slammed against his heart, made out of his own blood from chakra. As the person who was dashing towards them fell down to the ground, clutching his heart tightly. As Naruto stood there with a neutral expression. "Naruto, what are you doing? You killed 2 people!" "They attacked us. I had no other choice. It's simple as that." I have a client to protect. That is what the constitution of Konoha's rulebook says, doesn't it? And at that moment, even Kakashi became a bit afraid of Naruto, of what he was becoming. Naruto, you're acting too detached. This isn't like you. I know you when you were a kid. Oh, but I never met you, Sensei. When did we meet? Forget about that, son. Just don't do that again, okay? And so, Naruto and the others arrived at Tasuna's home, who was shaken up because of what has happened, and so was Kakashi, Sakura, and Sasuke the most. Sasuke was basically having the PTSD's dreams of what happened in the past. It was nighttime and Inari told them all to get lost and how they all were bound to die. As Naruto got up and came in front of him, Tazuna was afraid and shaking, and so did Tazumi and the others. Why do you think like that? Because my father died. In front of my eyes, he wanted to protect us all and he couldn't. You all will die too. Run away, like the others. I'm not gonna run away. Where is this Gato? Do you know where he is? Naruto, stand down. I am not going to. You can try to stop me, but I won't. Listen. Because someone here is in pain. Someone who I can relate to. I never knew my parents, but he knew it. He had it. He lost them. And because of that, he has given up hope. Something that I, without knowing them, didn't give up on. And I'm gonna show it to him that how you shouldn't give up on hope. Tell me where he is, Tazuna. Alright. As after the location and coordinates was given, Naruto rained down hell upon them. All the Gekigenkai that he could form, lava release, steam release, mist release, poison release, all those sorts of them were being used. Even the Moketan release. Naruto made living hell for everyone. And in the next morning, a huge ice glacier in which Gato with a horrified face was frozen was presented to everyone, alongside every asset that was stolen from them and all those who were kidnapped. As Naruto was resting nearby, as Inari arrived, and alongside everyone else, even Kakashi and the others, as Naruto got up and stretched. See? I told you, kid. Never to give up hope. As Naruto then looked towards his sensei, how long will it take for the bridge to complete? Tazuna? A week. Alright. You come with me, kid. In a week, I'm gonna teach you some basics that will make you strong enough so that you won't have to ever lose hope again. You yourself will be able to become a hope for your people. And so, Inari with a newfound hope listened to Naruto and called him Naruto-Nisan, which Naruto smiled about and took him away. As Kakashi at one point was shocked yet again. At one time Naruto was detached, almost emotionless, and on the other side he was showing these sorts of emotions. He did not know why, but Naruto, he had changed, but he couldn't just tell. It's either for better or for worse. As this played out, we see a week passed. Naruto within that time was able to teach the basics that he had taken years to grasp to Inari, who was now using 3 different elements and continued his own research on how to learn what Naruto has taught him. Naruto even copied the book thanks to a time that he was having, working day in and night out sometimes to give a copy of handwritten notes to Inari, and told him that after he is finished, he should burn it down. And Inari promised that he would do that, and so Naruto gave him the knowledge that he has acquired. With that, Inari became the hope of his own people, the prodigy that was caught on by Naruto and was given hope himself. As Naruto returned in silence with the team, he arrived at the gates and said, "If that is all, then I'll be leaving. You can give the briefing to the Hokage-sama, right, Sensei?" Yes. Naruto, actually wait. Listen to what I have to say, all 3 of you. Chunin exams are nearing in, and are you going to participate or not? Of course we will. At least I will. I'm sorry, Naruto, but 3 of you have to agree. We will. As Sasuke as well as Sakura agreed, because Naruto did. As now we see, Kakashi arrived and gave the briefing to Hiruzen, and Hiruzen was a bit shocked. I have noticed as well. Naruto has grown a bit distant, almost detached like. But what you have told me has calmed me somewhat. Naruto still has kindness within him, but I think he has become selective to those who he shows it to. This is not good, Hirosa-sama. What would Sensei think? What would Kushina-sama think? That doesn't matter, because it is Naruto's life, and he has made it evident that he doesn't care what anyone thinks. He is his own person, and he is gonna make sure that he remains like that. And so, now we see Naruto arrived and went to bed, thinking about rest until he woke up inside his mindscape, where he found the other half of the truth. Ah, so this clears out why was it called demon or whatnot. The Kyuubi no Yoko itself. But I thought you were killed. Should have guessed when I was finding that anomaly of a chakra within mine, but ignored it. I have only one thing to say to you. Stop what you are doing. You're not some god. You're not some being that is better than anyone. Who says I think like that? I live within you. The way you're acting, you're becoming one. That is what you think. And to be honest, I could care less what you think of me. I have found the truth of what chakra is and what its max potential is. The limitations that were placed on us, thanks to Hagoromo person. Do not say his name. Show some respect. He is my father, the sage of the sixth path. Ah, the sage himself. Now I get it, why he placed the limitations. It all makes sense now. Yes, of course it does. And if it does, then you should let it be as it is. Why? What do you mean, why? You humans have a tendency to get corrupt when you have power. What corruption did you think I have caused? I haven't harmed anyone. I haven't destroyed Konoha because of what it has done to me. All I'm saying is what the truth is, without any consequences, because I know that nobody would be able to harm me and the truth can't hide now. Everyone needs to listen, even if they don't want to. And those who don't want to, I don't waste my energy and time on them. So tell me what you are. A listener or a time waster? As Kyuubi became quiet, I don't care what you think. All I have to say is what you're doing is a dangerous thing. You at one point will consider yourself better than them. Like you god you are. That is what you believe all of us to be. I am a researcher and I love of what I am doing. Researching of new ways to find how to utilize chakra to its max abilities and potential. I bet the sage didn't even knew that we can use chakra as a defensive mechanism. That may be true, but know this. You will attract a lot of bad attention, kid. Attention that you wish that you have never brought on you and your people. I have no people. My people, my clan, my parents, all of them are dead. The people I care about will be dead in a few years. So will I. So no, I don't have any people. I live with people who think they are like me, but they're not. And that shocked Kyuubi even more because Naruto was being factual and not listening to his analogy at all. It was nice talking to you, Kyuubi-san. Nice as well. And so, Naruto left, and the Chunin exams after a week or so arrived. Kyuubi was now a bit afraid of Naruto as well because of his detachment and being able to show some compassion to some. In the Chunin exams, Naruto aced the first exam and then the second one, because as soon as they arrived in the Forest of Death, Naruto was using his element to levitate himself and the others and arrive on the other end. And there they just waited for the team that arrived, which was Suna. Naruto using his elements defeated Gaara's sand element and countered the other two. And also took the scroll. Try again, I guess. With that, Naruto having both the heaven and the earth scroll went inside and became the first team to pass within 3 hours or so of almost doing nothing. While everyone was amazed because they have realized that Konoha had someone strong, and it became evident in the preliminary rounds that began. When Naruto had to fight Gaara, because Gaara wouldn't find anyone aside from him. Naruto and Gaara fought to the point Gaara released the One-Tails. Orochimaru let it happen in the disguise of the Kazekage, but Naruto, he even was able to sustain the One-Tail beast and literally levitate using the wind element to slap the Jinchuriki away, causing it all to tremble down and win by defeating Gaara, shocking everyone in the stadium because they have realized that Naruto had just defeated the One-Tails Biju. A Biju, and all that with the combination of three different elements and some Genkais. I did not know Konoha had such a talent. Yes, this one is special. And so, thanks to Kabuto, who was given the task, Orochimaru was able to discover that Naruto was a genius mind like him who discovered a way of using chakra like no other. And now Orochimaru was more interested in him instead of Sasuke Uchiha, because he knew if Naruto's discovery, as the results were, was amazing, he would too favor from it. So he sent out his people to hire Naruto, which nobody got close to him, because Naruto killed them without any remorse. He shouldn't feel any remorse for the enemies, after all. And so when the finals began, Konoha started out of rage because Naruto has rejected him. And that is when they saw the Naruto's true potential, the true potential of chakra without any limitations. Naruto used 9 different Genkais: steam release, boil release, lava release, as well as particle release and different sorts like snow, earth, and whatnot to destroy the enemies, as well as created wooden golems and dragons, and even the Buddha statue that one was only able to create by Hashirama, tens of them to defeat his enemies, becoming by Konoha's and the Elemental Nation standard a god, the real god of shinobi, and everyone in the Elemental Nation found out what has happened on that day, and some who listened to it couldn't believe it, but those who were witness of it were living in constant fear and PTSDs. Orochimaru had to run away without killing anyone because he realized if he stayed there, it will be literal hell. He went into hiding, knowing and fearing that if Naruto found him, he would end him. Because Naruto had no remorse whatsoever. Konoha was also a bit in fear because they haven't treated Naruto nicely, and he has said in a council meeting that he hated that how they have treated him earlier. So now what was stopping him from going on all out and destroying them? Because he was able to crush an enemy's attack, a village's attack, and the One-Tailed Biju twice without even needing to use their army or even the Biju's chakra. And that scared them. All the while Naruto could care less. The news, while spreading, reached to every corner, even to the ears of people who were planning something big. Akatsuki. Many of them didn't bought it, but one person did, and that was Setsu. He was the one who made it so that the book that Hagoromo has left behind was altered to the point that the chakra was suppressed, and people would use the suppressed method to create ninshu into ninjutsu. And this boy, he was using the real ninshu, and much better than even some of the Otsutsuki clan members. How did he learn it? He was one of the non-believers that Naruto couldn't do this all a few days ago. All the while one night his mother contacted him, the real mastermind behind all, Kaguya Otsutsuki. Mother, be very wary of what you're about to face, Setsu. The boy is not only dangerous right now, but stronger than even I am. At my full power. What? Yes, Setsu. He possesses the true ninshu, the true ways of using chakra, as the Otsutsukis are meant to. But only a few people of the highest rank, including Shibai Otsutsuki, the god of the Otsutsukis. They're the only ones who can. Even I can't use that level of chakra in ninshu. Be very wary of him. And now, Setsu was shaking in his boots because he was about to face basically someone who was stronger than his creator. That is something very worrying for him because 10 Tails was the ultimate trump card, and if that was useless, how could he beat him? So, he came up with a plan. He used someone, and that someone was none other than Sasuke. Sasuke was approached, placed under Genjutsu, and then Naruto and he, alongside his teammates, began to go on missions. Since Sasuke's relation with Naruto was improving, Sakura already improved, and Kakashi was happy to see that, and so was Hiruzen, that Naruto's relation was improving with his teammates, and in return with everyone else. What he did not knew was that he was being mind controlled. Naruto, during a mission, was attacked with a poison by Sasuke. As the poison connected to his neck, Naruto became weakened, almost sick, to the point that he was close to dying out. Kakashi had arrested Sasuke and brought Naruto back. Naruto was in pain, but thanks to his chakra network, he was fighting the fires back. As the doctor said, he's fighting it off, but I don't think he will be able to hold it. I'll hold it as long as it takes me to hold it. Just get me help. I can't do it on my own. We need some professional help. I only know one professional. Jiraiya, bring me Tsunade. As the letter was sent to Jiraiya, who brought Tsunade immediately, as Tsunade went to action. After intensive 48 hours worth of draining the poison from his bloodstream, cleaning out his blood from an artificial pathway and bringing back it into his body, which was a dangerous in its own self-operation, Naruto was able to heal. As Naruto was recovering and gaining strength, we see that Hiruzen arrived. What do you want, GD? Naruto? I know this may sound bad, but Sasuke was being mind controlled. What? Yes. For how long? From the beginning. Inoichi Yamanaka went through his mindscape. The friendship, the past few months that you have gotten close, it all was a lie. I should have been careful. I should have been much more careful. No, Naruto. I know that you wanted some friends, son. You wanted to believe in your teammates. But it's alright. I already am a Chunin. No, Naruto. You're a Jonin. You're one step closer to achieving your goal of being the Hokage. Honestly, I don't think I want to. What? I think I have found another goal now, Gigi. Going through all that pain, all that suffering, it made me realize that I am not fit to be a Kage because I'm not better a judge of character. Then what are you going to do? I'm gonna find someone who I can spend my life with away from Konoha and settle down far away. Because Elemental Nation as it is already afraid of me. Calling out for the imbalance of power that Konoha possesses. Power to crush them all. So, we'll go and live somewhere peaceful. No, Naruto, you don't have to. This is your home. This is your parents' home. I know. Hinata Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki, two of the most prominent shinobi and kunoichi of this village. How did you? It wasn't that hard. During my research, did you think I only researched on Chakra? I found out my heritage. I went to their graves. I even met with their souls within the mindscape. After I had a meeting with the Kyuubi where he warned that I'm becoming like a egotistical god. To prove him wrong, I wanted to become more human. And when I tried to connect with that side, I failed. I need to know who is behind this. Sasuke isn't the one to be punished. The one that is are the Akatsuki. Sasuke isn't that much innocent, you know. He was extremely jealous of you and he agreed because he wanted to get back at you. Well, he can try all he wants, but in the end he has failed, so he has to live with this L as well. I see, so you are enthusiastic, huh? Yes. And you blame me? Of course I would be. And so? Chuckling, both of them stopped as Naruto then said, Hey Gigi? What? What is it, Naruto? I'm grateful. Trust me when I say this, I really am. Because if you haven't helped me back then, I would have not come this far. As Hiruzen smiled, knowing that even in the end, after all that he has become, Naruto from the bottom of his heart was still the same shy genius of a kid that he has met all those years ago. You don't need to say that to me, Naruto. I'm proud of the man you have become. And so, with that, Hiruzen left, while Naruto was left recovering. After he recovered, Jiraiya was able to discover the Akatsuki and decided to go alone. But Naruto, he decided to tag along, and once they arrived, Naruto and them fought head on head, and only Jiraiya could watch Naruto unleashing his rage and rampage. All the elements combined from the nature, chakra, and elements itself was a devastating and beautiful sight to see. Retribution fell on Amegakure, and nobody was spared. The Ten Tails husk itself was destroyed, and that scared Kyubi no Yuko, because if Naruto could do that, he was practically stronger than the Otsutsuki. He remembered from his old childhood memories. Then he asked about the husk. His own father told him that the husk could only be destroyed by the pure-blooded Otsutsukis, and the strongest one on that. And if Naruto was able to do that, he was already stronger than most of the Otsuzukis. Watching this, the other Otsuzukis were alerted. They came! Naruto, who was already away by that time, hunted them down, destroyed them, one after the other, and rejected their karma seals, something nobody else was able to do aside from an Otsutsuki. And Kurama was now even more amazed and scared and in awe, but more than ever respectful towards Naruto, because this boy has achieved godhood and even have beaten other gods of their own right in their own game by following the rules that they were meant to follow, but got too cocky to follow. Naruto's strength was ever growing, and he was still traveling out there, leaving behind the elemental nations in search of peace and home. But as they say, whenever you try to find something, there are always hurdles. Wherever he went, the hurdles followed. He went to the west and even solved their problems and became a feared and powerful figure there, as the sage from the east. But in the end, he continued his journey, still out there on the hunt for peaceful life, while people from west to east and in the elemental nations continued to fear him and remember the name of the true god of shinobis, Naruto Uzumaki no Mikaze, the boy who achieved the ultimate form of power, the max potential of Chakra. As this is where I will be leaving this movie off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my other channels as well, as this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace!